Hey everybody, welcome back or welcome for your first time to this practice of Dao Yin with me, Margot Rossi. Today we're going to do the locust looks east and west. This is on page 91 of my book, To Be Like Water. And we're going to be working with two channels today, two sinew pathways, muscle pathways. The first being the urinary bladder channel here seen at the top of the page. You can see that this muscle pathway runs through the entire back body alongside the spine and to the shoulder, up around the ear and to the eye, and down through the hamstring, calves, and into the pinky toe. The other channel that it's going to work is the small intestine channel, which you can see here involves the shoulder blade and the shoulder, as well as the sensory organs of the ear and the eyes. So this is a position that can help with the sensory organs of vision and hearing. It's also really good for any issues with the spine. This could be from traumatic injury or just degeneration, to help with walking and extending into life, reaching your arms forward and up overhead. And just engaging outwardly into the world, if that's something that you want to do. So I've called this posture Locust, looks east and west, because it's reminiscent of locust pose from yoga, which is essentially a back bend. So come on down. And we'll come to rest on our tummies with the legs extended. Maybe this is a position that is not available to you right now. You could do this same pose standing at the wall. Just imagine the wall is like the floor. And so you would nestle up to the wall, take the position, and then do the movements as best you can. So remember, we're always moving in a way that is comfortable and appropriate for us on any given day, which may change from day to day. Before you do this practice, you would want to do a body scan as well as the bamboo twist or the swimming snake. You want to do a little twisting to open up the side body and the hips before you come to this one. So you can check out those videos and then come back to this one. We're going to bend the right elbow out to the right, and we're going to come to place the left cheek on the back of the right hand. You will know you are doing this appropriately. And remember, Dao Yin is all about discovering for yourself who you are, what works for you. But this is just a bit of guidance you can follow for now as you're beginning. You'll know you're in the proper position if you can see your right elbow. So just check in with yourself. Do you see your elbow? And then you know your head is turned to the correct side. Your left arm is just resting alongside the body with the palm up, and let that left shoulder just drop. Just let it drop and release toward the ground as much as it's capable of in this moment. Your legs are no wider than your hips, resting on the tops of your feet if that's comfortable for you. Very simply, we're going to do a simpler practice than what I've laid out in the book. We're going to turn our attention into our low back. Now, some of you might actually be able to put the back of your left hand into the saddle of your low back, and if you want to do that, you certainly may. You'll just get a bigger stretch on that left shoulder. You'll remember we're working that small intestine sinew channel, which engages the shoulder blade and the shoulder. So this is also an appropriate position if it feels good to you. Otherwise, just let your arm rest alongside your body. Here, breathe into the low back. If your left hand is back there, you might actually feel it rising up to the sky as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, feel your low back sinking down toward the floor. And again, tune into the breath. Fill it up into the low back. Maybe you'll feel your back expand upward and outward. Breathing in and then exhaling. Maybe you feel the back releasing toward the ground. And one more time. We're just tuning into the breath here. And the low back. Giving the low back some energy and support. And whenever you're ready, this next time you're breathing in, connect your mind to your low back. Feel the back perhaps expanding upward and outward. And gently come to lift that right arm off the floor. Keep your cheek connected to the back of the hand. Maybe you don't come up this much. Maybe you just come up a millimeter. That's okay. Then exhale, come down. And just do that a couple more times. Breathing in through the nose. Take your eyes and look over that right shoulder as if you could see your tailbone. And then exhale down. And again, inhale up. Lift the chest, lift the right arm and hand off the floor, any amount, looking over your shoulder toward your tailbone, and then exhale down. So we're lifting the upper body, but we are activating in the low back. This time when you come up, just see if a leg wants to come with you, maybe both of them. So it's often the opposite leg of the arm that's bent, so the left leg maybe wants to come up, and then exhale, let it come back down to rest. Inhale up, maybe both legs want to come up. Feel the stretch through your back. What muscles are working to help you? Remember to breathe into the low back. Give it some love as you ask it to do some work. And then exhale down. And that's it. You can bend the left elbow and rest your forehead on your top hand. Resting here. Conversely, you could come to lie down on your back and take a body scan, because it's kind of interesting to notice what was the effect of that movement on my right and left sides. So again, normally we would have started with a body scan so we could really notice the difference. But even here, you might still be able to sense perhaps that the right side might be feeling quite heavy compared to the left. Or maybe for you, it's the opposite. Just find what's true for you. And then we can fold up the knees and come back onto the belly. This time we'll fold the left elbow, placing the left hand underneath the face, and the right arm comes down to rest along the right side. Let that right shoulder drop nice and heavy toward the floor. And we turn our head to the left. As long as you can see your left elbow, you are in the correct position. Your right cheek is on the back of your left hand. Breathe into the kidneys in your low back. Feel the low back expanding upward and outward as you inhale. And dropping down toward the ground as you exhale. If you have the capacity in the right shoulder to rest the back of the right hand on that saddle of the low back, go for it. Inhale into your low back. Lift your left arm and palm any amount off the floor. Look over your left shoulder as if you could see your right fingertips or your tailbone. And then exhale, come down. Inhale up. Look over that shoulder. Exhale down. And one more time, breathing through the nose. Inhale up. And exhale down. And this time, if you notice a leg wants to join you, Let it come, welcome it. Inhaling up, maybe it's your right leg, opposite leg. Maybe it's both legs. Look over that shoulder, activate that small intestine channel. Helps you reach your arm forward and up. And exhale down. And again, you release your arm, you can come to rest forehead on that top hand. Or come onto your back and check in with a body scan. Actually, just come along and do that because we'll do that anyway. Ending the practice with a body scan. Just resting here and noticing left and right sides. What parts of you are really heavy, resting clearly on the ground? Those are the parts that worked the most. Some deep breaths. Feel that back body. You're resting on the sinew muscle pathway for the urinary bladder here. Just tuning in if you notice any vibration or tingling through those pathways, through that area of the body. Or just if you notice tension or relaxation in those muscles. We're just tuning in, getting to know ourselves a little better. It's only through awareness that things can change. And we have such powerful medicine inside of us. And it's very skillful to come to know ourselves and meet our medicine. Okay, let's roll the arms, legs, and head. You can give yourself a little hug if that's okay. Gently stretching yourself in preparation to come up to sitting. Okay, so that's it. The locust looks east and west. You can grab a copy of To Be Like Water from any bookseller, and it has that movement practice in a little more detail with a little different instruction, and many other practices to help you with your medicine and taking charge of your health. Thanks so much for joining me today. Would love to see you again. Send me a comment of what you're interested in, and I will do my best to attend to you. Okay, bye everybody.